let's say hello to our next guest. Suggs and Woody are here, everyone.
Not that we haven't already met.
Hello, sir.
Morning.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, how are you? Oh, go on then, kisses.
Yeah, you love Woody.
Yeah.
I know you love Woody.
I know.
I did get your text last night.
What? Hang on.
Hey, it was just after. Right, normally at this point we say hello, sit down, and let's have a look at some old vintage madness or something. But not today, because Woody, you are a splitter.
Yeah.
No.
You have a new band without him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're called the Magic Brothers, and here is a bit of your first single.
Go on then.
Sits alone in a heaven day, but no one cares, no one does. You don't have to hide your love away. You don't have to hide your love away. You don't have to
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Well done. I'm pleased it's got kind of that madness flavour to it.
It's a bit more Carpenters, really, isn't
Do you
it?
think?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't mind that.
Right, so tell us about the band. The band is you and your brother. He's
Yeah.
the front man. Has he always wanted to be in a band?
Well, we were in a band at school. We were called Steel Erection. There you go. There's
Okay.
Bit early for all that, Woody. Bit early for all that, mate.
We're allowed to say it once a show and now it's done.
But we saw the Westway being constructed in the 60s. Hysterical.
That's the second time you said it now, Woody.
But anyway, I thought this programme's cutting edge. But we had a band together, and Nick was the front man. But unfortunately, in his teenage years, he developed schizophrenia and kind of disappeared into another world, while I disappeared into another world.
Of madness.
Of madness.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, the irony wasn't missed, really. But my poor brother was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and I was in a band called Madness.
Yeah.
But we've recently got back together again to write music, and Nick is just a cracking songwriter, and he's written some for us, hasn't he?
He has, Woody, he has.
So there you go.
Yeah, I've seen a few bits and pieces that you've done on TV with your brother. I saw you on Sky News.
Yes.
This morning.
God, that was miles away, just across the road from
Yeah,
here.
yeah, just so I know.
Woody is working the planet at the moment. I can't keep up with him.
We'll talk about your book in a minute.
No, we will. That is true. That's question 4. It is question 4. So, all right, let's do the housekeeping. The new single, You Don't Have to Hide Your Love Away, which is taken from the debut album, The Magic Line. Both of those are out now. So what is the ambition with the band? Is it to raise awareness, because you're an ambassador for the charity Rethink?
Yeah.
Or have you got plans to go on tour and stuff?
It's a bit of everything, really. It's to raise awareness of mental illness in the sense of you're not an axe-wielding maniac if you're a schizophrenic, and you can achieve wonderful things like my brother has done. That's the first ambition. The second one is we're having great fun anyway, and it's brought us closer together, and we've got a cracking album. And the other one is to gently see if we can do live gigs, because Nick's actually kind of, he's really embracing it, and he's doing very well. I mean, it's not always clear that Nick can make it to a rehearsal room, but he's done really well so far. So we're going to see if we can do some gigs, and then we'll just take it from there.
All
But,
right.
you know, we're enjoying the whole process.
Good, and good
And
luck.
Suggs' book, it's great.
Good. Yeah, good luck. Good luck to you and the band and to Nick as well. Good luck.
We'll get onto your book in a second. So, you know, lots of old Madness session musicians are on the album. Were you asked to collaborate, or have you been left out of this?
I was not asked to collaborate. No, he was too busy texting Helen. I didn't even know.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt your writing. Every time I rang you, I could hear this typewriter go clickety-clack.
Can you? You've been in the music business for a bit. Can you review Woody's work?
Yeah, we were rather hoping, actually, we could play Woody's track and I could read extracts from my book at the same time.
The ultimate bluff.
Do you know what? Right.
Don't you think that'd be a beautiful thing?
I've just found this. Is Suggs that close?
Yes.
What?
Who's on the cover, though? That's the question.
What are you that
Being
close
moody.
to?
Well, you know, a bit like Woody's already described, actually. You know, we've been close to a lot of things, doom and disaster being one of them, and a lot of success and fun, you know, and that's exactly it. You know, the life can lead you in a lot of different ways. You know, certainly in my life, I could have gone a lot of different ways. Unfortunately, the way I did go was with him, and we had a lot of success together.
I thought it was a follow-up to Our House in That Close.
That's very good.
I don't know.
You've done a funny, yeah.
It's very good. It is.
That's a first in 20 years.
For the Christmas show, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Matt, Jerry, you went to see Madness in your Leicester days.
Yeah, we did. Well, we've been a couple of times. We went recently at Haydock Races. They had a day out and watched the concert afterwards. But probably the most memorable time was a few years back.
Yeah, NEC.
10 years or so ago, we went along. We had a great time. We actually had very poor tickets right at the back. So I said to the lads, it was Jerry and a few mates of ours, I said, listen, we'll try and sneak down the front, get in the mosh pit with all the boys. So we snuck our way through, and I thought, it's a bit easy. But anyway, carried on regardless, got in. Jerry went under the sea of bodies. There was massive lads there with tops off, tattoos and everything. I was looking around, saying, Tags, where you gone? He'd gone under. He was a good 30 seconds gone. This great big fella's gone, is this him? I went, nice one, me and cheers, pal. We're not the smallest in the world anyway. This fella was enormous. Anyway, got on, started jumping around like lunatics again. Got to the end of the concert, and the thing was, it was a Sunday night, and we were due to play on a Tuesday night, so we shouldn't have been out officially. So we were trying to keep a bit of a low profile. Walked out, and the security guard, he stopped us, and he was like, oi, you five, sorry. And I looked round and thought, I know we're in trouble. And he went, Matt Elliott, Jerry Taggart, he went, the reason you got those good tickets, he said, we're the stewards at the Walcott Stadium, which is Leicester City's ground. He said, we've let you through, we've done you a favour, and we have to do you another one, but you do us one first. You win on Tuesday, otherwise we're going to tell the gaffer you were out. So he was like, OK, we've done the deal. I think we snuck a win, didn't we?
I think we did,
So we got away with that one. So
There you go.
it would have been your fault.
Stories like that are brilliant.
Of course
They're
it is.
part of the Madness family in history, aren't they?
It certainly
Stuff
is.
like
It
that.
certainly is. Yeah, yeah.
I wonder how big those guys were. Pick Jerry Taggart and went to
Yeah, that's true. Is that it?
Take
Yeah.
all units.
Well, that's not Chelsea. Fellas, both Chelsea fans. Happy with Jose?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they say you should never go back, but I think things are starting to look quite good. Yeah, I mean, certainly given the young players that we've got and the start of, I think, of what will be a very good team. Yeah.
He's allowed our wingers to go up the wings now. I mean, I remember his last year with Chelsea beforehand. I remember Ashley Cole coming up to the halfway line and looking like a lost sheep, and there was all this space, and he stopped, and he passed the ball sideways, and that was when I got pretty kind of.
Were you Jose out? Were you shouting Jose out?
No, but it was kind of I wasn't so alarmed when he did leave, but I was so pleased when he came back after Benitez.
I was going to...
my God,
Yeah, that's...
just...
Benitez did pretty well for you, didn't he?
Yeah, so what?
You're next to a Leeds fan. Is that OK? You guys OK?
No,
Well,
it's good. It would be nice to have
Yes.
Leeds back again, to be honest,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of the rivalry. It's fantastic. I can name that team, the Leeds team in the 70s. You know, they were so good.
That's how long
Not as
ago
good
it
as
was.
us, because you didn't win the cup, but there you go.
In a brilliant Chelsea-Leeds connection, is this true, Ralph? Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank named your son?
Well, he got the spelling of my son. My son was going to be called Luke, and then he was born early, so I had to, rather than go to Villa Park to watch Leeds, I had to stay in the hospital and watch him being born or something boring. And, so I had to give the tickets to a mate of mine. He went and he got into the players' lounge after the game and went up to Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, who'd scored both goals with 1-2-1. And he gave him the programme to sign. And he said, can you sign it to my mate? He couldn't come because his son Luke has been born tonight. As Jimmy's Dutch, he wrote L-U-C, the Dutch spelling of it. And when he brought the programme back, me and my wife both kind of went, actually, that's quite cool, should we keep that? So he's called L-U-C with...
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because of Jimmy. And then Jimmy obviously went off to Atletico Madrid and then went there.
Yeah.
So he kind of spoilt the whole magic of it.
Suggs, Woody, in one word, will Chelsea win the Premier League?
Yes.
Done. Suggs and Woody, everybody.
Oh, yeah.